So a 12th pass
Okay.
student, if from the arts background, they don't have
Hmm.
much career opportunities in India. So yeah, a lot of things are available, a lot of career-oriented things are available for non-medical students. Have options for science-related students. So for the commerce background student, it's pretty straightforward.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you so much all for joining us today for an informative session with Victor, a seasoned expert in student visa application, particularly in New Zealand. And he comes with 20 years of work experience in the process of student visa application. So today we're going to find out that how it's going to help the students from various segments, from various locations to get PR or to get a student visa. So let's welcome Victor and let's just ask him how it's going to help us to get student visa. So over
Thank
to
you,
you,
Shweta.
Victor.
Thank you very much. Kia ora from New Zealand, and thank you very much for bringing me onto this platform. So it's my pleasure to be able to of assistance to our audience and to be able to share my experience and my knowledge for the students, those who are planning to apply for student visas. So Shweta, how it works basically, we get inquiries from a different type of segments, starting
Okay.
from class 12th pass students or people those who have maybe started a degree but they left degree in between, or they have done a diploma
Okay.
only, or maybe graduates with those who have done their bachelor's degree from India, or we get inquiries from people those who have already studied their masters even. And there is
Okay.
also a prominent sector where
Mhm.
like applicants have already done their qualification up to maybe master's level, they got married, they got kids, and now they are planning to
Mhm.
upskill themselves, and they come to us with maybe 10 or 15 years of experience as well. So
Okay.
today's session is for a variety of students. It's not only for 18 to 20, 24 years old, those who are just passing out.
Mhm.
Because what happens, Shweta, is this immigration and study visa, they go hand in hand. So basically, how
Mhm.
it works
Mhm.
is if a student comes to countries like Australia, Canada, New Zealand, they're the top destinations. When they come to
Mhm.
these countries, they study, they see the
Mhm.
lifestyle of the countries, they gain English abilities, they gain work experience in the country, they get a local
Okay.
qualification. So after that, sometime or most of the times, they
Mhm.
plan to settle down in the country and they decide to explore the
Mhm.
migration pathway as well.
Mhm.
So this is what we do because we add value in this whole process. So our assistance starts with finding out the country, which country is best as per their
Mhm.
English level skills, is as per their financial availability, as per their interest in career
Mhm.
and their ultimate goal, if whether they are planning to apply for residency or not. So I'll give an example. If somebody comes to us and says, I just want
Mhm.
to go study and come back to India because I belong to a business
Mhm.
family and my family wants me to come back, then we
Mhm.
might recommend them a program in law in UK, say for example. And they can go to
Mhm.
UK, they can study, they can spend some time, explore Europe, and they can come back to India. But if somebody says we want to
Okay.
study, work, and then settle down, then our consultation would be different. We will recommend them Australia, Canada, or New Zealand. So these countries
Okay.
offer pathways to residency. So we're gonna dive into this in more detail later on in maybe next video, how to achieve residency. But today's video, today's this script will focus on student visas. And
Okay.
12th pass students, they come from a different variety of backgrounds, say, for example, arts, science, non-medical, medical, or commerce background. So I will
Mhm.
touch the facts like what can they do here?
Mhm.
Okay. So we'll talk
Mhm.
about what are the
Okay.
opportunities available for them. We have here level 5, level 6, and level 7 programs. So level 5 is like a
Mhm.
first year of the degree program, and level 6 is the second
Mhm.
year of degree program, and level 7 is the degree.
Mhm.
So a 12th pass
Okay.
student, if from the arts background, they don't have
Mhm.
much career opportunities in India, but if they come to New Zealand
Mhm.
or Australia or even
Mhm.
Canada, they can do hospitality related programs, they can do cookery related programs, we have bakery related programs, or you'll be surprised, they can even get into IT related courses in New Zealand.
Oh, wow. That's wonderful.
So basically, they can shift their non-career of arts. Basically, they have like very limited career choices with the arts background.
Okay.
Then they can convert that into a more elaborate and more flexible, more employment career-oriented career options. So for the commerce background student, it's pretty straightforward. They can go into business qualifications or cookery, hospitality, or business information systems. That's also a pretty good option for them to choose from. And then medical related students, they can do diploma programs, they can do degree programs in science, in radiology, in psychiatric or midwifery, nursing. A lot of options are available for them. And we have options for science related students in agricultural sciences, in veterinary sciences, where they can understand about animal husbandry, animal disease and all that sort of stuff. So yeah, a lot of things are available, a lot of career oriented things are available for non-medical students. We have green list programs in New Zealand, which are in civil engineering, electrical, mechanical, or they can go into quantity surveying, construction management. Those sort of programs are also pretty good. And even if somebody is from not a non-medical background and they want to, if they have not studied physics, chemistry, maths, but they still want to get into construction management, which is a great program, or quantity surveying, we have a preparatory program. They can do a preparation program and then they can do their level 5 and level 6 diplomas and they can have a career in this industry. So what do you think?
Wonderful. So sounds exciting, absolutely exciting. And we have discussed, since we have discussed about the different avenues a person can apply, coming from a background which does not open so many doors in India, but yes, he has a lot of options or maybe unmatched opportunities in New Zealand, Australia, or Canada, right? So now coming back to the process, what a particular thing or what are the do's and don'ts that a person should consider in mind while applying for this student visa? We have talked about the avenues. Now, the second step comes the application. So what is it? Can you briefly talk about the process of visa application?
Yes, Shweta. Thank you very much. That's a really interesting question because that's the most important thing. If someone has a plan, they want to go abroad, but we have to make it work for them and we have to make it tangible for them that how it can be achieved. So when we apply for a student visa, from in my last 20 years plus experience, I have seen people making a lot of mistakes. So what sort of mistakes they make and which they can be avoided? Their statement of purpose doesn't reflect properly what's their background, which course they are proposing, and why are they proposing, and why will they go back, and what are the desired career outcomes they will be achieving. So basically, if an immigration officer looks at an application, they want to seek all these answers. They want to see if somebody is of acceptable standard of health. It means they are not carrying any communicable disease. Number two, if their character is good, they do not have any police cases going on or conviction. The third thing they look for is the academic abilities and English abilities. Basically, the course which they are proposing, are they able to satisfactorily or with proper skills, they are able to complete that program or not? And English ability for undergraduate program, generally it is 6 bands overall, no band less than 5.5. And for a PG program, it is 6.5 overall, no band less than 6. And for a teaching or nursing program, they are different. So nursing 6.5 each. And if they are going for a teaching program, that's 7 each. So these sort of English requirements. And then comes the most important part is the financial requirement, because studying abroad is a luxury. It's not a necessity. So immigration officer wants to see that applicant is able to demonstrate 4 things. And they have basically living cost money, tuition fees money, and insurance and return airfare. These are the 4 basic things that the applicant is able to satisfactorily cover these things from their acceptable sponsors. So these are the basic things which have to be in the application to make it a robust decision-making application, which is decision-ready application, basically.
Okay, wonderful. Great to know that. And for example, now after listening to the process, now this third thing which comes into a mind of a person who's going to apply for it, that how much fund should I have? the total fund I should have so that I can apply there and live there, even if I do not get any support for some time. So,
Yeah. Sure. I'll tell you a ballpark figure because the money part depends on a lot of factors. It means the location they are choosing, country they are choosing, the program they are
okay.
choosing, and the level of educational institution they are choosing. So it depends on a lot of factors.
Okay.
So I'm going to give you a
Okay.
rough idea. Anybody who's planning to go abroad to
Sure.
study for 1 year of education at least, they need to have
Sure.
approximately between 20 to 24 to 25 lakh rupees. They have to have access to that sort of money. That covers all the four things which we talked about, the fees, living cost, medical insurance, and return airfare. That covers all four parts.
Okay, wonderful. Okay, so are there any challenges that a student face while applying for the visa, or it's like very swiftly done?
Not really, Shweta. It's a very technical area, and a lot of people, if they are overconfident and if they do not provide all the information to the immigration authorities, there are very high chances their visa applications will be rejected. I'll give you some examples. If they have unexplained gaps in the profile, if they have any fake or fraudulent experience document which they have obtained from their uncle or from their friend's uncle just to cover up the gap, or if they have provided a fraudulent bank statement or a fixed deposit, or where they are showing like they are unable to demonstrate or explain unexplained deposits in the account. Say just before the application, somebody deposited, being really generous, and given them 15 to 20 lakh rupees. And before the application or before a year of application, they were struggling with finances. They didn't have much money in the bank account, but suddenly, just before the application, their bank statement is showing a large sum of deposited money or transferred money from unexplained sources. That creates a doubt in the mind of immigration officer that this money is not actually available for the applicant, and applicant is going to struggle in the country.
Okay. Yeah, usually these things happen, and good that you highlighted about all these challenges. So once somebody is planning to apply, would have all these, apprehensions in their mind so that they do not take steps which can harm their career at a later stage. Okay, so now we talk about the challenges. Is there any difference in the countries that somebody is going to apply? I mean, are there any different rules for different countries for visa application in student?
Yes, Shweta, every country has a different set of rules, and how it works basically is they have criteria. I'll give you an example. If someone is trying to apply for an Australian visa, they have to meet a GTE criteria, genuine temporary entrant, and they have to pay only a one semester fees, but rest of the money they need to just demonstrate. They just need to show that they have access to the rest of the money to cover the living cost, etc., and insurance and the rest of the fees. But if somebody is applying for Canada, then they have to pay their fees in advance. They have to put their living cost into a GIC account and then apply for the visa. So financially, the money is already gone to Canada, available in their account, and they're making an application after that. In New Zealand, people don't have to pay anything in upfront, but they have to demonstrate the access to finances at the time of application. They don't have to pay 6 months fees or 1 year fees. They need to just demonstrate their financial abilities. So they need to show first year of liquid funding, as well as they need to show a next payment plan for the next year if they are doing more than 1 year program. So for next year, how they're gonna source the money. So it's just explanation on the paper, and then we have an AIP process. Their visa will be approved, will receive an AIP, which is approval in principle, and after that they need to pay the fees basically.
Okay, great. So great to know that. And what all preparation a student needs to do while going for this visa application interview? So what are the what does a student expect at the time of interview?
Student visa interview is very, very important aspect of the application. And basically, they need to understand, they need to have the knowledge about the documentation which they're providing. They need to understand the background of their education, relation between their background and the course proposed. It means why they are doing this program. and they need to demonstrate a career progression basically, as well as they need to demonstrate they have English abilities. As I said, they need to they should be able to explain the research undertaken before choosing the country, college,
Okay.
and the course. So they should be able to comment on that I did research about this, and what research they have done in India, basically, what research they have done in other countries to compare their choice. If they are going for Australia, did they look at Canada and UK or the USA or any other country? Or if they're choosing New Zealand, did they look at any other country? So they need to be able to demonstrate. And the course, if somebody has already done a similar program in India, then they have to explain why they are repeating, why they're doing another master's. Or if someone has a gap in their profile for 2 years, they were not doing anything, then they have to be able to explain what was their activity during that period of gap. Or career outcomes, basically.
Okay.
It means after completion of the program, what are they planning to do? Are they planning to start up a business, or are they planning to do a job? So there has to be some thoughts. It doesn't have to be a clear plan, but they can say that this is my plan. I want to, that's my ultimate goal, long-term program. I want to be an entrepreneur. I want to run my business, or I want to do a job. So whatever is their final choice, they can comment on that and have a discussion, basically.
Okay. Okay. So is there any particular preparation a student needs to do before visa interview? I mean, in terms of any examination a person needs to appear, or a particular score that a person needs to have for the visa application?
So basically what happens, Shweta, is different countries, they have their different set of rules. Like if somebody is planning to go to USA, they have to have the SAT exam. If they are just 12 pass, they have to sit a SAT exam. If they are going for an engineering related program or a IT related program, they need to appear for a GRE exam. Generally, that's for bachelor degree holders, those who are going for master's program generally. And there is a GMAT program if somebody is going for like MBA programs in USA. But if we talk about in other countries like Australia, Canada, New Zealand, UK, then we do not have any such exams. Only thing which they have to give is the English ability proof. And that can be demonstrated by English tests like IELTS, PTE, or TOEFL. So this is the only exam which they have to appear.
Okay. Okay. So as we understand, as we sum up that this process is robust, right? So what percentage you assume or you think of the visa application rejection? Are there any rejections? Or if there are any rejection, what is that percentage?
There is no way to tell the percentage, Shweta, because it depends on a variety of reasons and who is applying. As I said, we have been doing this for 20 years. I would not say that all of my visa applications got approved, because we can make a robust application. We can put it in front of the immigration officer. If I will say that all my applications are getting approved, I got 100% success result, then I'll be lying. I don't want to do that. So basically, if you're talking about the industry, like a percentage, very hard to comment on that, because it depends how good is the application, how are the fundings, who are the sponsors, and how well framed is the application and the career progression shown. So it's a very subjective question. It all depends upon what are the factors you have seen before lodging the application. I'll give an example. If somebody has already done a master's, applying for another master's, we have seen many times that if they get visa approval, because we can give reasoning behind that, why somebody is doing another master's. They want to improve their communication skills. They want to improvise their international exposure. They want to get global exposure to themselves. And they want to have a confident personality. That's why they want to do a study from abroad. Or maybe they have done a master's in the past, long time ago, 5 years, 7 years, 10 years ago. And after that, working for a while, now they want to do it again. They want to upskill themselves. Now, that could be a reason for repeating a particular program. So again, it's very subjective. So I would not really say a set number.
Sure,
It depends.
I understand. We get that. Okay, so now once the visa is approved, what are the next steps a student needs to take?
Again, it's just depends on the different country, which country they're applying for. Say, for example, I'll give you an example. In New Zealand, if somebody is applying for the New Zealand student visa, once their visa is approved, they get the AIP, then they have to pay the fees to the college, and then we have to provide the fee receipts to the immigration officer. Then the visa will be granted or issued, I would say. Visa will be issued so that they can travel on that visa. So in other countries, like in Canada, it's already paid. GIC is already paid. Their living cost is gone. Their fees is already gone. So once we apply for the visa, then immigration officer asks for the passport submission. We submit the passport and we get the visa issued. Then they can just travel. All right. Same thing for Australia. Once we apply for the visa, they get the e-visa issued. They can travel.
Okay. So we heard there have been some recent changes. So can you highlight about those recent changes and updates?
At the moment, if we talk about recent changes, it's a very dynamic industry, Shweta. So changes keep on coming, and they will be basically at the point of time when somebody is planning to apply. Say, for example, has changed, or the green list programs have been introduced. They are very detailed things, and we have to make some different videos to cover those things. It's very hard to cover everything in one video, because then the content will be diluted and a lot of people will not get the benefit and the purpose will fail. So we will make another video on green list programs so that people know we can make a program, another video on the work visas if they are interested in knowing about that, like post-study work visas. The rules keep on changing. Like I'll give you a short example. In New Zealand earlier, what used to happen is diploma holders also used to get work visas. Or if somebody is doing a diploma, they used to get a post-study work visa. And after that, if they do another program higher level, like a degree, they used to get another post-study work visa. So the recent change was like they are not allowed to do it anymore. You can have a post-study work visa only once. Other changes are master students can get 3 years visas, post-study work visas. PG student, PG diploma student, they will get only 1 year. So there is variety of program, variety of changes. So we'll cover that in detail in another video.
Sure. Okay, wonderful. So one last question. What tips you would like to give to the students who are thinking or who are going to apply for a student visa? So what is that message?
Yeah, the main core message which I'm going to give to them is start planning early. Don't wait for the last minute. When you are done with your schooling exams, if you are appearing for the bachelor's degree, when you're done with your exams for the final year, appear for the IELTS or PTE exam and keep your results ready. The next thing which you can do is keep your funds ready and talk to our team as soon as possible, so that earlier is better. Because if 6 months time we get to plan our funds, then it makes a lot of difference. And a lot of people, what they do basically is they do unexplained transactions in their account, and then they try to contact us that, okay, I've got the funds. Without understanding the policy, now they have created a bigger problem for themselves. They do have the money, but the money source is not there. That's why those funds are unacceptable. So the lesson would be, or the tips which I would give is talk to our team, try to understand the policy, try to understand the type of acceptable sources of funds, and then change the conduct or maintain the conduct of your bank account in such a way. Then we can explain them if they're planning to sell a car or they are planning to sell a property. Those all are treated as recent funds, that they are not considered. They're not acceptable. They have to understand who are the acceptable sponsors, like uncle and aunts can't sponsor. In some cases, parents, grandparents, siblings can be the sponsor. So a lot of technicalities are there, Shweta. It's a good idea for them to discuss their individual cases with us. Guide them about respective countries' policy and how they can improvise their chances of visa success.
Okay, wonderful. Wonderful. And thank you so much for a valuable and insightful session. And I don't know about others. I'm sure they would also feel the same, but I also feel so motivated. And after this session, I'm going to brainstorm and think that what avenues and what doors can be opened for me right now to apply for, student visa. So thank you so much for a fantastic session, Victor.
Thank you, Shweta. And always remember, there is no age for learning, and we have successfully done visas for up to 52-year-old person. We have successfully done their visa. So it means what we have understood, what we have learned is there is no age for learning. You can always learn. You can always make a positive impact in your life. So yeah, thank you very much for being such a great host. And thank you very much, audience, for listening to
Thank you.
us.
Thank you so much. Thanks a lot, Victor. Thank
Yes.
you.